Hey guys, Theme Park Mark here, and this European trip rolls on. Today I'm just north of Paris at Parc Astérix. Actually, I was in this area a week ago at the start of the trip at Mer de Sable, which is very close to here. But today at Parc Astérix, and it's a Saturday, so I'm expecting it to be a pretty busy day, but they do offer a skip the line here, and it was actually one of the best skip the lines that I think I've ever experienced. I don't think I've released the vlog from last year yet, but I got on tons of rides last time, even on a busy day. So I'm expecting to do that again today, hopefully, because they do a great job prioritizing the fast lane. Weather should be great today. I think in the 60s, 70s. It was a little bit chilly this morning, so I still have the jacket on, but I'll be taking that off before heading into the park. So let's see what kind of rides we can get in today. There's a brand new coaster that I have not ridden before. I think it opened last year. It's a spinning coaster, so I'll take a look at that. Of course, decided to get back on Toutatis and OzIris, as well as checking out some of the other coasters in the park, like Tonnerre to Zeus. Well, see what kind of rides we can get in today, and excited to take you guys along with me for the ride as always. Let's giddy up. Alright, so this is parking lot 5 that I parked in. Just kind of like the first one as you come in. If you're driving in, far right lane, and I'd say this is probably the furthest lot. I'm used to parking on the other side, I think lot 3, I want to say. That's usually a little bit closer to the entrance. So I'm probably going to just keep using that from now on. But I decided to try a different entrance, different parking lot, just to see what the differences are. At least to get a nice little pleasant walk through the woods anyway. There's another one of the parking lots there. Yeah, they got parking lots all around the entire park. Let's head on in Parc Astérix. Now, last few times they have not allowed me to film on Toutatis with the glasses. Last year I did have a chest-mounted GoPro that Rolo lent me. He's using it on one of his trips while I'm out here, so do not have the chest-mounted GoPro this time. I was gonna talk to their guest services and see if the policy's changed or if they can think about changing the policy in the future. Don't really want to ask for any sort of special exemption or any special treatment or anything, but hoping that maybe they can adjust the policy in the future if that is what it is. And if that's the case, I'll probably throw in some POVs from last year's visit with the GoPro. All the other rides, they do allow filming, and they allow GoPros, of course, and camera glasses. So it should be good to go on all the other rides. It's just Toutatis that's the problem one. But let's head on in. Looks like Toutatis is running, and there are people on it. I'm hearing screams. So there must be some form of early park entry. This park was supposed to open at 10. It is 9:40 right now, so yeah, maybe there's a resort on site that allows early park entry. Alright, so I'm all signed into the fastpass system. We have to redeem it over at the fastpass area, which is just to the right of the entrance when you come in. So you get you all set up on the app and get you logged in. And it kind of works the same way as like the Six Flags app does, where you just pick a ride and book it. I also talked to guest services, and their English was a little spotty, but I did explain that in previous years, like, they made me take off the glasses. This time they say it should be okay. It's just, you know, if you lose it, it's your responsibility. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I've got straps and you should be okay. So we should be okay on Toutatis, but I'll give it a shot. And if they make me take off the glasses, then I will do so. Looks like it's about time for another park stampede. About 7 minutes before the park opens. And we're all bunched up here in the main plaza. I just spent 5 or so minutes checking out merch and picking out what magnets I want to get. Should be all set for the end of the day, as long as they keep this gift shop open. I'm just kind of hanging back here. Do not want to be part of the stampede. Got a fast lane anyway, so not in any hurry. But of course, I'm going to head over to Toutatis. Actually, it's pronounced Toutatis, apparently. As the people in the guest services were a little bit confused as to what I was talking about at first when I kept saying Toutatis. They're like, oh, Toutatis. Oh, yeah, that. So apparently that's how it's pronounced. I'll try and film some of the stampede, but I'm definitely gonna stay back here. It is now 10 a.m. I believe. Not so much a stampede today as it was last time, a couple years ago. It's kind of orderly now. More of a herd at this point. Alright, I'm gonna head for Toutatis. Had my first ride of the day. Since I was a little bit disappointed with Busch Gardens Williamsburg operations on Pantheon, where I only got 2 or 3 rides on it the entire day, I figured let's ride an even better Intamin multi-launch coaster, Toutatis. Try and have 3 or 4 rides on it, and hopefully they'll allow the glasses. I'll still speak with the ride ops too beforehand, so I really don't want to hold up a train if there's still an issue. Maybe guest services wasn't quite sure, but yeah, I'll check with the ride ops too. Regular line for Toutatis, stretching all the way back. But if you've got the fast pass, you just move to the right. And the fast pass entrance should be back here behind this big sign here somewhere. So let's have a ride on Toutatis. Hopefully I can film, but we'll see. Alright, first ride of the day, Toutatis. Sadly, glasses are not allowed. Started off with a row 4 ride on Toutatis. And yeah, did not allow glasses, which is very intriguing because I did ask the ride op who was assigning the seats, and I said, hey, got glasses with the straps. So gave me a thumbs up, said, yep, it should be fine. And then as the baggage guy was going through collecting the bags, he comes by, he's like, glasses, like, they just said it was okay. I guess services said it was okay. He's like, nope, not allowed. So I was like, okay, can I put them in my cargo pockets? Like, yeah. So yeah, very weird policy. You can't wear glasses even with a strap on this ride. You know, I've ridden plenty of coasters, or had plenty of rides on coasters just like this, especially Pantheon, with glasses on. Very strange, very, very strange. But I do love this ride. It's a superior version of Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Theming's better, it's a longer ride. There's like more weaving in and out of the structure here, like the rock work. There's more airtime too on Toutatis. So I'm definitely gonna go back around for a couple more rides before continuing on. I definitely want at least maybe 5 rides or so on this before moving on. I think what would be next is this mock bobsled here, Latraceduhourra, which I believe, at least of what I've ridden, is the best mock bobsled coaster. So that'll be coming up after a few more rides here on Toutatis. Oh no, didn't make it. Oh no, we didn't make it. Just had 5 back-to-back rides on Toutatis. It's such an excellent ride. You guys saw some POVs from a film from last year, which I'd used a GoPro before, just mounted a GoPro. Yeah, this is just an amazing ride. Launches, I think, feel even a little more powerful than Pantheon. I was just on Pantheon last month, too. And, like, I don't know if it's a complaint really, but when the spike here is amazing, especially on the back rows. But yeah, I don't know if it's an actual complaint or not. But going over the top hat, it kind of slows way down, as you can see there. I don't know if it's just to kind of give that dive coaster feeling to it, or if it's like a safety thing. But I don't know. I feel like it loses a lot of momentum in that part. The rest of the ride, amazing. I love the airtime on it. It's very smooth, very comfortable. You got the over-the-shoulder lap bars, like Pantheon, Velocicoaster have. Just a fantastic ride. I'm definitely coming back for more rides later on today. The park is open until 10 p.m. tonight, so I should be able to get some night rides in on this. Up next, I'm gonna have a ride on this mock bobsled. It's called latraceduhourra. It's the best one of them, so I'll probably have a couple rides in that while I'm here. That was nice timing. All right, let's head that direction. By the way, the operations on Toutatis and the way that the station is designed is fantastic. So they have a single rider line, they have the ADA line, the regular line, and the fast lane line. They all converge right at the same spot, so it's easy for the ride ops to kind of sign out the seats, and it's very efficient. And of course the baggage system is very well done too. They'll kind of come through and collect bags in a cart beforehand, and then they wheel them over to the exit for you to pick it up after the ride. Kind of works that way a little bit for OzIris as well, except they got to get to the other side of the loading station to get over to the exit, whereas Toutatis, the baggage area is basically on the same side as the entrance, so it's actually very well done, very well designed. It's just an awesome ride. Just need to allow glasses on it. That's my only real complaint. Anyway, That's enough rambling for now. Let's have a ride on a mock bobsled here. Latraceduhourra. Don't trim. I just have 3 rides on Latraceduhourra. 2 front row, 1 row 3. That is such an excellent bobsled ride. I love it. On the last ride though, the trains that are starting to get bunched up there as the operations, I think, slow down a little bit. Could be GP, I don't know, general public. So we had to like sit on one of the mid-course brake runs, which is interesting, and then kind of continue the ride after that. Yeah, I mean, besides that, they were cranking out the trains pretty darn quickly. I mean, we even had 2 on the lift hill at the same time, which I don't think I've ever seen before. Block zones? El Toro Ryan? Is that possible? I guess it was. Anyway, that's 8 rides, and it's only been an hour and 15 minutes or so. Fantastic. I absolutely love the skip the line system here. They prioritize it greatly, and yeah, I can't speak enough to how many rides you can get on and how worth it is. I think it was like 100 something euros, 120 maybe. And it was like, so that's like less than half the price of what you would pay for Express at Epic Universe. And Epic Universe, skip the line, you're still standing in the lines for an hour for certain rides, maybe even more. Whereas this, you're just walking right on everything. Anything you want to ride, you ride it. So yeah, I love the skip the line system here. I'm gonna take a quick break. I need to hydrate. It is a little bit warmer here today. So yeah, definitely gotta make sure I stay hydrated. I'm probably gonna have more rides on thrillride later. I'm gonna find the spinning coaster, or at least the entrance to it. I do see it through the trees there, that red track. That's a brand new coaster for last year, so I have not ridden it. It opened up a few months after I was here. So I'm gonna find the entrance for that after I take a quick break. So that's what's coming up. Break time is over. Got a log flume here. I'm headed towards the new Gerslauer spinning coaster, Cétautomatix. I think that's how you pronounce it. I gotta find where the entrance is. I'm actually not sure. I think according to the app, there might be a path through here to get there. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look for the entrance. All right, time to backtrack. I think it's on the other side, the entrance. The app showed kind of a little opening in there, but no, I don't think you can get to the new coaster from that side, so I think you've got to walk around the log flume to the other side. I'll get there eventually. So tempted to go to the B&M invert, OzIris. I did find the entrance to Cétautomatix. How's my French, guys? I'm trying. Gerslauer spinning coaster opened last year. So let's have a ride. Alright, let's have a ride. Cétautomatix. Coaster credit number 699 for me. Coaster 699 in the books. Cétautomatix. Gerslauer spinning coaster. That's pretty darn good. Love the theming on it, and yeah, got a decent amount of spinning. Nothing too crazy. They were spinning wildly there. Yeah, smooth, comfortable. I think I do prefer the more spinning coasters a little bit more, the ones that face outward rather than inward. But I think it's a good addition to this park. Just had a heck of a time finding the entrance. Next, I'm gonna head towards the B&M invert, finally, OzIris. All right, as you guys know, I love my B&M inverts. This is one of the best, OzIris. It's second only to Montu, in my opinion. So enjoy the montage. I'm gonna have a few rides on this. Oh, so good. I actually love the beginning of this one because you just kind of fall off the lift hill. Like, there's no pause at the top. You just go straight into the dive. Oh, this invert's so good. All right, enjoy the montage of OzIris. We'll see how many rides I can get in over the next maybe hour or so. 10 rides on OzIris over the last 45 minutes or so. That is a fantastic being an invert. I don't know, it might be just as good, if not little bit better than Montu. Like, you feel forces on this that you don't really feel on any other invert. Like, you actually get some floater air time in some sections, especially the one like corkscrew loop in the back. This is my favorite part right here, where you kind of swoop down into the trough here. That's all filled with waterfalls. This is just a beautiful ride, very well themed. Love it. I got, I think, 3 front row rides, a couple back row, and a lot of row 2, row 3, because that's where they're kind of pulling the fast lane from. That's fantastic. Fantastic ride. Fantastic operations, too. They're running 3 trains, and they're getting them out extremely quick. And probably the best operations on a invert I've ever seen. Like, they're sprinting up and down the rows, getting the seatbelts out at the end, and sprinting up and down the rows, checking the restraints at the start. And of course, there's the baggage system where they collect everybody's bags in a bin and then they bring it to the exit. Super efficient. So yeah, this absolutely is a people eater. This is a pretty busy day, but the line doesn't look too long for it, which is great. So up next, I'm actually going to take a break. Get something to eat, probably a kebab from over here. Yeah, I'll continue on. There's more coasters to do. There's Goudurix, Pégase Express, Tonnerre to Zeus, and a few other rides that I want to do as well. So I'll continue on afterwards. OzIris, I'm definitely going to get more rides on this as well. 10 already. See how many more I can get.
OzIris, ô Dieu qui règne sur le Nil, toi, dont dépendent les crues du fleuve sacré et assure l'abondance de mon peuple, je viens aujourd'hui renouveler mes offrandes.
Cléopâtre, je t'observe depuis le ciel par les yeux de mon faucon. Si ta vue le permet, tu pourras peut-être l'apercevoir. Tu sais que je suis un dieu capricieux et exigeant, n'est-ce pas? Que me proposes-tu?
De la poudre d'or.
C'est que ce ne soit pas assez. Si tu n'as rien de mieux, le Nil restera dans son lit.
Tu préfères peut-être ceci?
Tes esclaves ont progressé, mais ce n'est pas encore suffisant. Étonne-moi, Cléopâtre.
Tu es de plus en plus exigeant, OzIris. Que dis-tu de ça?
Le Nil a parlé de lui-même. Regarde, il a déjà commencé sa crue. Mais attention, la prochaine fois, il faudra faire encore mieux.
Il est temps de partir. Esclaves!
Alright, break time is over, so how about a ride on a Star Flyer? A Tour de Numérobis. Let's have a ride on this. It's right next to OzIris. Lovely ride on La Tour de Numérobis. Nice views around the area of the whole park. And it's a little bit shaky up there, a little bit windy. It's granted though, it's pretty tall. Up next, I think I'm gonna start heading to the other side of the park, and I think a wave swinger will be up first. And I still got Goudurix, Tonnerre to Zeus, and Discobélix, and Pégase Express still left to do. OzIris going behind me there. So we'll start heading to the other side of the park next. Well, I walked into this area to be greeted by a big construction wall. I think there used to be like an indoor area here, like a castle. I remember there being like a crypt, gift shop, some seating. All appears to be gone. So it looks like they're building something pretty big here. My guess is in the next couple years, maybe next year, probably 2 years from now, 2028. A lot of cranes here, a lot of construction, but the wave swinger is still here. Let's have a ride. Oh, they're not sitting in apples like yesterday's wave swinger. Still a good one though, so let's have a ride. Since when did a wave swinger become a water ride? That's funny. The legs were getting soaked on that from these fountains. That's certainly a new one. There's a new ride over here, La Descente du Nil. I believe it's like a raft ride down a slide, it looked like. I was looking at it from OzIris. I think I'll pass on that one. But I do love a good ride on a wave swinger, of course, even if it is a water ride. So up next, I'm going to continue on the other side of the park, if I can find my way through there, and see if I can find my way to, I think Goudurix is next, the Vekoma looping coaster, way on the other side there, on the other side of the construction site.
Bonjour, ça va?
Arrête de mentir. Lui, on dirait
A lot of little buildings around here to explore. This is back by the, actually near the spinning coaster, but a little bit further back on the way to the other side of the park. Not sure if this is new. I've never been back here before. I usually just went through the castle area, so I'm not sure if this is new or old or what. Alright, continuing on to Goudurix next. Cute little riverboat ride here too. I have a ride on that in a little bit if I have some time. But right now, still got 3 more major coasters to ride. Here's another look at the construction site for whatever's coming in the next couple years. Looks to be pretty big, whatever it is. It's like a hotel next year in Londinium, 2028. Looks like a British themed area, I guess. Interesting. Alright, how about a Vekoma Looper Goudurix? Remember, I think it had vest restraints if I remember correctly, so if it's comfortable enough, might have a couple rides on this. Goudurix. I swear, I always get crammed into like an even numbered row. It's very, very tight in there. I feel like I'm gonna bang my knee on the seat in front of me. I suppose I'll go for a second ride to try and get at least a better seat with a better view. Goudurix, yeah, it's a bit janky in some sections. You really have to brace yourself and ride defensively on this. Let's go for one more ride. All right, got row 9 that time on the Vekoma pain machine. Pretty sure it had regular restraints before. I think it was an abomination then. And with vest restraints, it's now gone to semi-tolerable, but still like my neck like snapped back on one section. So yeah, that hurt a little bit. I'm gonna head this way because, not because I'm gonna ride again, I'm just gonna get some off-ride shots for you guys. Because that's probably more comfortable for me than riding this again. Gonna continue on afterwards and ride, I think Tonnerre to Zeus is next, the wooden coaster. Not sure if I mentioned this in a previous vlog, but yeah, there's this tower here that these rotating chairs go up, and I think you have to have a drink in order to ride it. Heard it my first time I was here, not last year though. It's interesting. It was running earlier. I think it is still running. People are ordering drinks. That's something interesting between Goudurix and Tonnerre to Zeus, which is my next ride. Time to ride on Tonnerre to Zeus, Thunder of Zeus. I actually asked ChatGPT about the history of the ride, and told me built by CCI, which is actually correct. And then said I had a pretty rough history in the 2010s, got extremely rough, so they had to do some retracking. And I asked ChatGPT who did the retracking, and it said GCI, and it said GCI supplied the trains, and I'm like, those don't look like GCI trains. Those are Gravity Group Timberliners. And so I asked it that, and I was like, oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah, it was Gravity Group. Gravity Group did do the retracting too. And also looking at RCDB, it looks like RMC 208 track has been done on this off season, as well as some more on next. So I'm gonna look for the 208 track on it. It's hard to tell if that is 208 track right there. I don't think it is. The 208 track was found on Tremors at Silverwood, which was one of the best wooden coaster rides I had in a while. So anyway, enough of my rambling. Let's have a ride on Thunder of Zeus. Let's go for a back row ride. 208 track indeed. Tonnerre to Zeus. Yeah, first half's excellent. And that was the retract part. Second half, yeah, a little bit on the rougher side. I couldn't keep my hands up all the way through. It wasn't insanely rough, like not the roughest I've ever seen, but it's still a little bit too much. First half's fantastic, so I'm definitely gonna go back around for a second ride here. Thunder of Zeus. Row 13 that time. Tonnerre to Zeus. Let me just say, they gotta finish retracting it. First half is fantastic though. It's a triple down section there where you get floater air times. Excellent. So great. And then all of a sudden it just turns into Hades 360. You go into the little tunnel there. And then the whole second half of the ride, yeah, it's pretty rough. So can't wait to see what this is like next year when the retracking is fully done. Next, I'm gonna have a ride on this Zamperla Disco over here. And it is Discobélix. Just had a ride on Discobélix. This is Imperla Disco here. And I forgot to mention, I don't know if you guys saw the disconnected section of track on Tonnerre to Zeus when I was filming the POV. Kind of tried to look at it as had a CCI train on it, so it was a nice little nod to the past there. So that was kind of cool. Discobélix. So all the rides so far today with the skip the line of filotomatix, or however you pronounce it. They've had a person stationed at a booth to scan in for each of the rides, except for this one. This one did not have a person, but there was a booth, just nobody at it. And then I go up there and there's a large group, probably, I don't know, 10 people or so, and they're standing up at the front where the line ends, like where you go to get on the ride, and they're standing there arguing with the nice fire effect there. They're sitting there arguing with the ride op, and this exact same thing happened last year at this ride, but they didn't have the booths out front, and so they're just standing there arguing. Missed an entire cycle because they had to let other people on. And these people continued to argue, taking up the fast lane there, and finally, after I think maybe 10 minutes or so of them arguing, they all just left in a whole clump out the main entrance and didn't ride. So it's like, I don't know what is causing that, because that exact thing happened last year too, in that pretty much same sequence where someone was arguing with the ride op. So I don't know what's causing that. Is it like some ADA confusion or something? I have no idea. But yeah, I ended up waiting an extra cycle than I should have. And it was the same thing for last year too. But still, very enjoyable ride on the Imperla Disco. There's a couple coasters left. One is not on the skip the line, and that's Vol de Claire, I think, and that was kind of like more of a family coaster. And then there's another bigger family coaster, Pégase Express, which is actually very good. Very similar to Chaises Express at Dollywood, so I think I will have at least a couple rides on that. And then, I don't know what I'll do after that. I think I'll have a couple hours left in the day. It's about 7:15 right now. The park closes at 10. Definitely not gonna have another ride on Goudurix. But I don't know, we'll see. Definitely more rides on OzIris and Toutatis. Just loving it here. Parc Astérix. Pégase Express coming up next. Ça va?
Aya, ça a été?
Qui ose venir ici, jusque dans mon repère? Fuyez, fuyez!
Pégase Express. Just got 3 rides. One near the back, one I think row 4, and a front row ride. Well, front row ride was the start. And as I was getting ready to board, I saw water splashes on the front of the vehicle, and I was like, "Oh, is it raining?" No, I don't think it's raining. Then I remembered, oh yeah, this the one section there in the mid-course where the Medusa-like character spits on you. Forgotten about that. It's a kind of a good starter for little kids to kind of get into like the bigger thrill rides. Yeah, it's solid. Right now it is, I think, about 8 o'clock, 8:15. So I'm gonna find some place to eat around here. Normally I would just kind of keep riding rides until the park closes at 10, but I do want to get some food. And as I found out last night, driving around a bit, there's not much open after 10 o'clock in terms of like food options. So I figured I'll eat here at the park while I can. So I'm gonna look around for some food and then finish up with some more rides, probably OzIris next, and then finish up at Toutatis.
Oh, j'ai très faim.
It's a type of trash can, I guess. All right, had some dinner, had a few more rides on Toutatis. I'm back for more B&M goodness. How about a night ride or 2 on OzIris? 30 minutes left before the park closes. Might be able to squeeze in 2 rides and then head back over to Toutatis for one last ride. Alright, just got 2 more rides on OzIris. Row 2 and a front row. Kind of at night, night-ish. Twilight anyway. is now 9:50, 10 minutes to go before the park closes. So I'm headed back over for one more ride on Toutatis. Sadly, no POV, but I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, last ride of the night, front row. What's one more time in French? Encore? That's an incredible night ride. I actually managed to squeeze in 2 more rides in that time. Got a row 2, or actually row 3, then finished up with row 1. Love Toutatis. Wish I could have captured that for you guys on the glasses, but sadly, the policy still remains. I'm gonna try and write them an email, see if maybe they can think about changing the policy for the future. How do people with like prescription glasses ride this? They can't see anything. Very curious about that. Anyway, I got like, I don't know what, 11, 12 rides on Toutatis, I think 13, 14 on OzIris, and I still checked out the rest of the park. That's how good the skip the line system is here. Filotomatix, I think it was called. Definitely worth it. There's the bobsled I rode earlier. Yeah, just an incredible day. Got tons of rides in, and yeah, it's now past 10 o'clock, and it's time to head on out of here. I'm gonna get some merch on the way out. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour of Parc Astérix. Of course, there's still like shows in this park that I have not seen before. There's a few I'll probably want to check out when I don't have the skip the line at some point. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. As always, up next in the next vlog is going to be my first visit to the new Disney Adventureland Park World, whatever it's called now. Whatever they turned Walt Disney Studios into with the new Frozen Land. So I'll be checking that out tomorrow along with Disneyland Paris. That will be in the next vlog, so stay tuned for that. And with that, signing off from Parc Astérix. I'm sure I'll be back in the future for that new area that these cranes are working on. Take care, guys. And I don't know if I mentioned before, but yes, I did have a chest mounted GoPro here last year. So I did get plenty of POVs. They're all on the channel. And I put some in earlier as well, so go check those out. Outlast everybody around me. That is always the goal. There's Pikachu.